future ACC rivals will be squaring off at historic Fenway Park as number 24 SMU, champions of the American Athletic Conference, will be taking on Boston College back in the postseason after missing out in 2022. So welcome back to the Gridiron Expert, guys. We're so glad you could join us today to break down the Fenway Bowl between the Mustangs and the Eagles. As always, please continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos, and check out everything down in the description below, including those expert picks and that holiday special, again, over on the gridironexpert.com. Some of the best college football and NFL spread picks in the entire country. The holiday special gets you every single bowl game spread pick, already hitting over 60% of those, and every single NFL playoff game spread pick as well. It's never too late to sign up for those expert picks, so go check them out. The link down in the description below. Again, some of the best picks in the country from one of the lowest prices in the country, beating out over 80% of the national handicappers each of the last 5 years, and set to do it again for the 6th straight year. So let's dive into this Fenway Bowl. Again, don't let the records fool you. You look at this game and you see SMU's ranked. They're 11-2, won their conference championship over Tulane, and some think, many believe, SMU got snubbed possibly of a New Year's Six bowl game. The committee giving Liberty that Fiesta Bowl berth instead of the Mustangs. But they're 11-2. Boston College is 6-6, back in the postseason after going 3-9 in 2022. And keep in mind, the Mustangs also only losses were to Oklahoma and TCU. But Boston College, on the other hand, they're playing this game just 12 miles from their own campus. So in a way, the Eagles have home field advantage. The Mustangs, for many, appear to be the better team. This should be a very, very fun and intriguing matchup. Take a look at the offense. Again, this is a Rhett Lashley specialty, right? He's an offensive-minded coach, and he has instilled his brand of football down in Dallas, and it has continued to progress each year that he's been there. Preston Stone lost for the year in that season finale, so they've been leaning on Kevin Jennings, who went for 203 yards and a touchdown in that American Championship game against Tulane. Also rushed for 63 yards there. He's a dual-threat quarterback that's going to give Boston College some issues on the defensive side of the ball. You look a little bit deeper into what SMU does. 8 players have at least 300 reception yards. They love to pass the ball. They air it out, and they spread it out to a lot of different pass catchers. Not just one or two, 8 different guys. They also have a very underrated running game. When you think of SMU, especially even on the years under Sonny Dykes, you thought about how good the passing game was. The running game kind of flies under the radar. They got a guy in Jalen Knighton leading the way, averages over 181 rushing yards per game. They average over 40 points per game. SMU scored at least 26 points in all 11 of their victories and scored at least 31 in all 10 of their regular season victories. Again, that other game was against Tulane in the conference championship. So this offense is electric, and they are very, very tough to stop, and they are very, very efficient. Again, the only 2 losses coming to Oklahoma and TCU, Power 5 opponents that the Mustangs did schedule. Boston College, on the other hand, you look at them in recent years, it's been a struggle, right? Even under Steve Adazio, the Eagles typically had a solid defense, offense. You never knew what you were going to get. This year, it feels like they've kind of pieced things together, but they're just not quite there. They're averaging over 380 yards per game, 189 through the air, and 193 on the ground. That's 19th overall, so they're definitely trending in the right direction. And a major reason for that is they have found themselves a dangerous quarterback in Thomas Castellanos, over 2,100 yards through the air, 15 touchdowns, but he's also Boston College's leading rusher with 957 yards and 11 touchdowns on the year. So he's nearly a 1,000-yard rusher at quarterback, 26 total touchdowns on the year. He's going to be very, very difficult for this SMU defense to stop. So a battle between 2 quarterbacks that have the ability to win a game through the air without a doubt, but also are very dangerous on the ground. And you can argue that Boston College owns the quarterback edge with Castellanos because of his experience, because he's played a lot longer and much more this year than Kevin Jennings has, kind of being thrust into the year, that season finale, and then the American Championship game where he did deliver. But you look at Boston College a little bit deeper. Kai Robichaux has been phenomenal, 691 yards at running back, 7 touchdowns. This is again a Boston College offense that, if they want to win the game, has to get the running game going. They have to use that RPO style offense where you don't know who's getting the ball if you're SMU. You don't know who's going to take off with the ball and running. Because Castellanos is not bad through the air, but not a guy that I want to put all the weight on him saying, hey, I need you to march me 80 yards down the field solely through the air. The biggest problem for Boston College outside of that, the running game solid, the passing game iffy, it's the turnover battle. The Eagles have to take care of the football. They have 10 turnovers. They have committed 10 turnovers in their last 5 games. Exactly 2 turnovers in each of their last 5 games. The Eagles ended the year with 3 straight losses. They were held to under 300 yards of offense in 2 of their final 3 games. They've got to be significantly better down the stretch, especially in this game. They've got to take better care of the football against an SMU defense that, like their running game, is severely underrated. This is an SMU defense that is 12th in the country. 12th overall at 299.5 yards per game. That's all they're giving up. So they're barely giving up less than 300 yards per game, which is pretty dang good. They're 19th in the country in stopping the run, only allowing 111 rushing yards per game. They're 22nd in the country in stopping the pass, giving up just 188 passing yards per game. They have 47 sacks on the year. They have forced 16 turnovers. And this is a team, guys, that doesn't get phased easily. They committed 3 turnovers. SMU turned the ball over 3 times on the road against Tulane in that American Championship game. Still found a way to win that game, and it held Tulane to just 31 rushing yards 1 week after the Green Wave ran all over UTSA. So even when they turn the ball over, even when they make mistakes, they have a short-term memory. They don't dwell on the mistakes. They don't dwell on the struggles. They move on very quickly. SMU's pass rush going to be an issue against a mediocre Boston College offensive line. And again, if they can contain Thomas Castellanos with that very strong rushing defense that's been so good all year long, the Mustangs are going to be looking pretty dang solid. The more opportunities they have offensively with that type of offense, the better it's going to be for SMU. Boston College, you take a look at them. Jeff Hafley, that's his specialty, right? He came in as a defensive-minded coach. That's what he's known for. And it's been pretty solid at Boston College over the last few years. But this year, it hasn't been all that great. They're giving up nearly 400 yards per game. They're giving up only 197 through the air. They allowed 193.6 rushing yards per game. That is 125th in the country. One of the worst rushing defenses in the entire nation. And just look at what they've done over the last few games. Allowed 242 rushing yards to Miami, 197 to Pittsburgh, 361 to Virginia Tech, and a dual threat quarterback, I should add. 209 to Syracuse, 248 to Georgia Tech. Boston College, down the stretch, has been unable to stop the run. It's been really, really bad. They have no strong front seven. They only have 12 sacks on the year. They're not generating pressure on the quarterback. And now they're facing a dual threat QB and Kevin Jennings with SMU. That's a concern if you're Jeff Hafley and you're Boston College. Not only has he shown he can win it through the air, but he can win it on the ground. And Boston College can't stop any ground attack and definitely can't generate any pressure on the quarterback because they've been unable to do it all year long. So if you're Boston College, you've got to find a way to force Jennings. You've got to find a way to force SMU to win the game through the air. Your secondary hasn't been all that bad. Find a way to take away the run and force SMU to win through the air with a quarterback that has significantly less experience than your own. So what's going to happen, guys? Fenway Bowl. It's always a fun spectacle just to get to see this game being played at Fenway Park. That's a very exciting thing. It's a very rare thing for us to see happen. So regardless of who's playing in it, this is a game that you should have circled on your calendar, at least to tune in for a little bit. Now, I do think this game will be relatively close. I think this will actually be a little bit closer of a game than people think. Boston College, like we mentioned, has home field advantage in this game. It's 12 miles away from their stadium. SMU having to travel from Texas all the way to Boston. Significantly colder weather, more than likely, something they're not going to be very used to down in Texas. But ultimately, I don't think that's enough to phase the Mustangs. They had kind of defied the odds all year long. I think they're bound to do it one more time. Give me SMU and Rhett Lashley to beat Boston College in the Fenway Bowl. I think they win it by at least a touchdown, and the Mustangs will clinch a 12-win season, their 12th win of the year for the first time since 1935. The Mustangs are rolling. They will finish 12-2, Fenway Bowl champions and American champions as well as they prepare to transition over to the ACC. So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching us here at the Gridiron Expert on YouTube. Make sure to continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos, and of course, check out everything down in the description below, including those expert picks, that holiday special there for you. Do not miss out. It's never too late to sign up for some of the best spread picks in the entire country. Go check them out and sign up today. And once again, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on the Gridiron Expert.
Yeah.